Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tampa Bay Rays Franchise Baseball. We ended last episode at 77-69 after winning the series versus the Phillies. We will now move on to Cleveland with Zach Eflin versus Gavin Williams. It's a 4-game series, and the first game is a victory. 6-1, we take it. Rasmussen credited with the win. We get 10 hits, 8 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Doubles from Josh Lowe, Rosario, a Rosarena, and a home run from Josh Lowe as well. Very nice. Zach Eflin pitched a great game over 6 innings with only 1 earned run, and Rasmussen with 3 excellent innings of relief, only 1 hit allowed, and 5 strikeouts for his 4th win on the year. Taking another close look at the wildcard race as the season winds down. We are 5.5 games back from the Astros, tied with the Guardians right now, and 11 games away from elimination. We will find out what's going to happen at the end of the season by the end of the episode. Game 2 versus Cleveland, and Rasmussen has pulled his groin. He's a little old for that, I think. No, just kidding. We don't do those kind of jokes here on this series. But that's a win. It is 5-4 versus Tristan McKenzie, who gets the loss today. Hits by nearly everybody. 12 of them on the board. Only 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. A double by Hampson and a home run by Mejia. I also realized on watching back the last episode I was pronouncing Mejia again, even though Mejia we established was correct. Taj Bradley gets win number 9 after a 5 innings pitched outing with 3 earned runs. We threw the entire kitchen sink of bullpen relievers at them. Ultimately, Fairbanks with save number 36 towards the end, but we had to use a lot of guys to have that happen. Wow. Mainly because I think Rasmussen got injured in the game, and then they brought in guys to relieve from him. Game 3, where we could clinch the series, we'll see Jeffrey Springs, and we do take it, so a win streak of 5 now. A double by Josh Lowe, as well as a home run. Very little to speak of offensively, though, other than that. Only 5 hits total, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So not much going on, but we got what we needed to beat Cleveland. Jeffrey Springs has a damn good game. 6 2/3, only 4 hits allowed, 1 run, and that was off of the error of either Yandy Diaz or Randy Arozarena. Clevenger, Adam, and Fairbanks all do pretty well. Fairbanks gave up an earned run, but does get save number 37. We are now 4 games back, 10 away from elimination. We are on a 5-game winning streak, though, which is almost the best on this screen. Last game against Cleveland, Zach Littell versus Logan Allen for Game 4, and it is a loss. Rasmussen is no longer injured, but let's take a look at what happened. Littell gets credited with the loss there. We got 8 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts. We hit the double digit today. Not happy about that, but Palacios gets a double, and Siri with a home run over the wall. We only scored 2, but we lose by 5. Zach Littell has a challenging day. 4 1/3 with 5 earned runs. Joe Record, 2 1/3 with 2 earned runs. And Sean Armstrong finishes it out with no earned runs himself. We are now 8 games away from elimination, 5 games back. It's getting very close as we chase the Blue Jays for the final American League wild card spot. Really hoping that we can get there. So at 80 wins and 70 losses, is that going to be good enough? Can we keep our play competitive enough? Can the Blue Jays or the Astros fumble the bag here at the final hour as we come to a close in our very first season? We will find out later. Now, we will host Boston and then the Blue Jays, who we are also chasing. Game 1 against Boston's a victory. 14-4, a bombastic victory. 17 hits, 7 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Josh Lowe going 4 for 4 today with 2 walks as well. Brandon Lau goes 4 for 6. Couple hits scattered throughout there. We get 2 doubles from Lau, a double from Palacios. Home runs from Hampson, Lau, and Arozarena. Looking down towards the pitching, McClanahan has a tough day but gets the win over 6 innings with 4 earned runs. Armstrong with 2 clean innings, and Clevenger closes it out with an inning and no earned runs there. So we got the relief that we needed, but that offense was hot today. Can it continue in Game 2 as we try to chase that final wild card spot? It is a loss, a big one this time, 1-10. We had 8 hits, only 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Not very much going on there. Garrett Hampson goes 2 for 5, and Jose Siri 2 for 4. One of his 2 was a home run, and Brandon Lau had a double. But not very much else. Garrett Hampson stole 2 more bases, and Zach Eflin gets his 8th loss of the year over 5 1/3 with 4 earned runs. Zach Littell comes in behind him and lets through 4 earned runs after an inning and a third. Joe Record lets in 2, and Phil Maton, the only guy to not get touched up today. So that is unfortunate for most of our guys. Toronto is now at 85 wins, so we are 4 games back, and we win against Boston. Toronto won their game today, so it's 86 wins now for them as we're still trying to catch up. We got 14 hits, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Notables on the day was Jordan Westberg at 3 for 4 and Palacios at 3 for 4, who drove in 4 RBIs. We had 3 doubles, a triple from Jose Siri, and 2 home runs from Garrett Hampson, 1 from Palacios. An error from Brandon Lau as well. Taj Bradley does not make it 5 innings, but he gives up 4 earned runs. We did have a lot of good relief today. 4 1/3 chewed up in total, and Fairbanks gets save number 38. So that is pretty cool. Can he hit 40 by the end of the year? We will see. 4 games back, 6 games away from elimination, as we are now down to 4 teams chasing the wild card. Almost assuredly, the Yankees will go next, but the Guardians and the Angels behind us are still very close. We need the Jays to lose, and we need to win, and we are poised to do that ourselves in our next series. So game 1, we'll see Jeffrey Springs versus Yusei Kikuchi, and he has been pretty good through his 170 innings played so far this year. Jeffrey Springs has been better, so hopefully we can take this and even out the series. Against Toronto, we will do the quick manage today. Springs gets his first look at Kevin Kiermaier, and it is a triple by Kiermaier with 82 speed. He legs it out and gets 3. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa behind him, and we've got to hop in already as we have a critical situation. First run of the game in danger. I'm going to try to get him. Diaz throws home, and it's not in time. So Kiner-Falefa gets a fielder's choice single, I guess. But I really wanted to prevent that first run coming through. That is really unfortunate. I'm not sure if there was a chance to get him or not, but Brandon Lau will throw to Hampson, to Diaz, and that is a double play. Man, I'm going to have that run haunt me, I think. I probably should have just thrown to first and gotten the out, but we got a double play anyways. No! Davis Schneider! I'm not even going to attempt. I know that is long gone, and that is 2 for Toronto. And we've only got 2 outs here. Springs is off to a bad start. Wow. Not what we wanted to see to begin this game. And now Justin Turner is up, batting .249 on the year. It is 0-2 against him, and he will crack that over to Diaz, who will take it himself to get out of the first. But 2 have already come across, and we need to answer as quick as possible. Garrett Hampson at the plate, 2-2. And I'm not sure if we went there or if that was just a called strike, but that is 3 regardless, and Hampson is sat down. Yandy Diaz will be on deck for Randy Arozarena as he will take a walk inside on the circle change. Kikuchi delivers our first base runner, and Arozarena's got speed, so you know what is coming next. So do they as they throw over to first in an attempt to pick him off. I always consider in these situations a hit and run just to try it and avoid the double play. But I'm going to let this play out, and no! Arozarena is out at second base. Yandy now with 2 outs, and he is behind 1-2. Can we make something happen? Oh, he gets one to hit at the top of the zone, but he swings underneath it, and Kikuchi is out of it. We'll fast forward to the bottom of the third for Jose Siri, 2-2. And he will drive that into center field, a 2-out single as we try to regain some life in this game. I know it's only the bottom of the third, but I immediately, when we get behind in these situations, feel as if time is slipping away. And we will send Siri. He's going to go to try second, and he does take it safe. Garrett Hampson, as the lineup turns over, will have a shot to drive him in. Has Siri reached over 20 miles an hour on his sprint to second base. That is awesome. So Hampson is here now behind 0-1. Let's go Rays. Chants from the audience in Tropicana Field. And he's going to go for third. Can he get there? Yes, the throw bounces off of the ground, preventing the tag. And that is number 15 for Jose Siri. It's 1-2 now against Hampson. Kikuchi's feet to the fire. And that will go to center field. No, it is brought down. Not quite over enough. And we will squander that good opportunity. We'll move ahead to the bottom of the fourth now, and Arozarena gets another chance. He took a walk his first time out, and this time he launches it to third. It is not played correctly at third base, and Arozarena will have a lead-off single. Let's go. And now Yandy will have a chance. Can Arozarena redeem the caught stealing event that happened? I attempted the hit and run there just because I wanted to see. It looked like a good pitch to hit. Arozarena takes second anyways, and that is stolen base number 37. There is a full count now for Yandy Diaz, as we have another scoring opportunity. And that goes to center field, a line drive, and it is brought down. No luck there. We'll have two more shots to do it. And now it's Josh Lowe who leads the AL with stolen bases. He has 41. He drives that to left field, and it goes back quite a ways, but it is brought down, and that is now 2 outs. So Arozarena, luckily, getting there as the throw is offline. If that was accurate, he may not have. And it's now a full count, 3-2 to Jordan Westberg. Misses underneath the fastball. Westberg's down. We are now in the top of the fifth, and Springs is in more trouble. A man on first and second, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa will single to right field. Only 1 out, and the bases loaded now. Springs is in deep crap, and Bo Bichette will weakly drive that. Can we turn two? Hampson to Lau, and we got him! An excellent double play to get us out of the jam. And now a full count in the bottom of the fifth to Lau. Watches that one. That's an easy take, and he goes to first. The second walk from Kikuchi. Mejia now at the plate with an opportunity in the bottom of the fifth. He will drive that to right field, and it does fall in. So nothing spectacular, but a single to continue. And now things are heating up for Richie Palacios. Contact there, and it sounded great. It goes to right field, but it's brought down. We will send Brandon Lau over to third, and he is safe. Now, men on the corners with only 1 out for Jose Siri, who, as you see, is 10th in the American League for strikeouts. That's not good. No, a weak grounder, and that's going to be a double play to get Toronto out of the scoring jam. We lose another set of base runners. And Jeffrey Springs versus Justin Turner to try to start the top of the sixth, excuse me. And no, he will get that through. 1 out, 1 man on now. Jeffrey Springs has got to clamp down here. He has managed to bounce back after the first. And Alejandro Kirk. Oh, Lau to Hampson. And back over to Diaz. An exciting double play. I actually thought that Lau had tagged him. Can we get another look at that? Yeah, here they're going to show the replay. All right. So the weak dribbler directly to second base. Luckily, the shift was there. He passes through the runner to deliver the transfer to Hampson. And that was an unorthodox double play, but I will take it. Bottom of the sixth now with 1 out for Arozarena. And yeah! It goes way into right field! Arozarena with a solo shot! Keeping the hope alive in game 1. Let's go! Number 19. 403 feet. That is out of here! Awesome! We are back. Except it's the bottom of the 7th now with 2 outs for Francisco Mejia. And he will drive that, and yes, it does just barely fall in front of the left fielder. A 2-out single now. The Blue Jays have Yimi Garcia on the mound, and we will pinch run DeLuca for Mejia, as he's got speed. Full count to Palacios now. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on the move, and that is brought over to left, but it is the 3rd out to end the 7th. We have got to cash in on these base runners. And we will make a change now for Colin Poche, who through 26 innings has been nearly immaculate with a 0.68 ERA and an average versus lefties under 100. We bring in Rene Pinto, the backup catcher, to be behind the plate now, as Kevin Kiermaier is here, and he will bunt! Poche trying to field it, to turn and throw, and no! Kiermaier is safe to lead off the 8th. A warning of a sacrifice bunt. Let's throw outside a little bit. Kiner Falefa, he does get the bunt out to move over Kiermaier and sacrifice himself. 1 out now, runner in scoring position. Bo Bichette up to the plate. Contact made. Lau can't get there. Lowe will drive it. Throw. No, that was red. I saw the red arrows. It was going to be way offline and possibly an error, so just throw it to the cutoff. And Poche gets Schneider. So 2 outs now, but we are again down by 2. Pitcher's getting tired, but he's ahead 0-2 against Turner. And no, Diaz can't snag it either. So Josh Lowe will throw that in, but that is a 2-out single for Justin Turner. Come on, man. 1-2 against Kirk. And that is also through into right field. There is a gigantic hole where Brandon Lau used to be, as another run comes through. And we're going to make a change now for Clevenger. He's been dominant through 54 innings. Can he end this and keep us within reach? No, George Springer will drive that into right field for Josh Lowe, who has seen a tremendous amount of activity here in the 8th. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Dalton Varsho now. And finally, a ball that can be fielded by Brandon Lau to end the inning. Toronto brings in TJ Antone to close this game. He's been pretty good through his 26 innings. Oh, I said to close, but it's the bottom of the 8th, sorry. 0-2 against Siri. Swing and a miss on the sinker inside for out number 1, and now Hampson behind 0-2. Time is now swiftly running out as Hampson will ground out to second base, and there's 2 down. Arozarena steps back in. 2 for 2 on the day, and it is 2-2 in the count. Swing and a miss on the slider, and Arozarena is retired. We will not be in a closing situation as we're down by 3, but I'm going to bring in Phil Maton. He's been incredible through his play, and he is ahead 1-2, and that is driven to Josh, who will play it for the first out in the top of the 9th. Down by 3. It's critical that we don't add any more, and Josh will get another one now. 2 easy plays in right field, and now Maton faces the final batter from Toronto, and that is a strikeout. We move to the bottom of the 9th now, down by 3, only 3 outs to go, and Jordan Romano comes in to finally close the door on this game. Yandy Diaz leading off. 3-4-5, the heart of the order. We've got to make something happen. There is no time left. First pitch from Romano. Diaz drives that to right field, and it does not fall in. It's within reach. 1 out now, and Josh Lowe is behind 0-2. Can he do anything against Romano? He will drive that to center, but barely has to move at all. A couple steps back. And that's out number 2. Westberg, the final hope for Tampa Bay, as there's 2 outs and it is 1-2 against him. Romano has been stellar. The pitch. Contact, and it is driven way up above home plate. A pop out for the catcher, Alejandro Kirk, and the Blue Jays take game 1. As our wild card chances feel like they're slipping right out of our fingertips. Man. The box score today, only 5 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. We just could not figure out their pitching, as now Toronto commands a 5-game lead against us in the wild card race. We saw Rosarena with his home run. We saw stolen bases by Rosarena and 2 by Siri. Jeffrey Springs has a great game through 7, but picks up loss number 10. Poche gives up 2, and Clevenger and Maton have clean outings behind them. But that is an unfortunate loss. We'll move right into game 2. Rasmussen pitching now against Kiner Falefa, and that is a single to begin the game, and Toronto's success continues. Davis Schneider will strike out, and Bo Bichette behind him is going to fly out. So we've got 2 outs now. Falefa still on first, and Danny Jansen is out on a fielder's choice. Ricky Tiedemann, some 2 idiots legendary player right here. He is going to start the game for Toronto with a ground out, a pop out, and then Garrett Hampson ultimately is going to ground out as well. We go to the top of the second. Rasmussen against Seth Brown, and that is a flyout. Justin Turner next. There will be an error, and he will reach on the error, George Springer will then single, and we've got 2 men on for Rasmussen versus Dalton Varsho. Let's hop in. 2-1 is the count. Swing and a miss, and oh, there was hesitation. I was just barely behind it. Man. You know, I'm so frustrated at those throwovers. I can't quite get them. Rosarena will try to play this and prevent the run. 19 speed on the way to home plate. We throw it in and not in time. We can't get him. And Toronto once again starts the game with an early lead. Joey Votto will lift that into center field for Jose Siri. It goes back but does not reach the warning track. End of the top of the second. And we've got to claw from behind one more time. We couldn't do it yesterday, and we need to try to win this series to keep our hopes alive. Siri will ground out to second base, though. And wow, that was the end of the 5th, actually. I forgot to notate that we had moved forward. Top of the 6th now. Joe Records in the game versus Bo Bichette, and he will bring that over to right field for Josh Lowe to get the first out of the top of the 6th. Danny Jansen is now up. 1 ball, no strikes. Joe Record pitching outside. Never mind, it goes in, and Siri will field that in center. And that's out number 2 for Record. Seth Brown at the plate now. 1-0 against him. That goes dead center. Westberg can't get it, so Rosarena will field it in left field. A 2-out single for Seth Brown. Justin Turner's now up. Record ahead, 0-2. And Westberg can't get that one either. Unfortunate at third base. And there's 2 on now with 2 outs. Come on, Joe. George Springer is here. And that is a weak dribbler for Hampson, which will give us the final out, and Record does not allow anybody through. Bottom of the 6th now, and Yandy Diaz leading off. Tiedemann still in the game at 61 pitches. He's been doing great. Yandy, a line drive, and that does fall in slightly left of center field. So a leadoff single from Yandy in the bottom of the 6th. And let's make something happen, shall we? Rosarena at the plate, 0 for 2 today. And no, he's under it. It goes into foul territory, but played by the third baseman, out number 1. Next will be Garrett Hampson ahead. 2 balls, no strikes versus Tiedemann. The pitch. And that goes to center field. They had a shift on, so it finds the gap. Hampson will drive in the very first run of the game, and he's going to push for third. He's got the speed, and he makes it there. An RBI triple to tie the game by Garrett Hampson. Number 7 on the year. And our guys are fired up. But wait a second. Why is that phone so big? The developers have never seen an analog phone in their life. Look at the size comparison to his head. What is happening? They probably didn't want us to see that. Who focuses on the phone during a baseball game? I guess me. And now Westberg. Sharply hitting over the third baseman's head. He will drive in the go-ahead run and have a 1-out double as well. Westberg comes through clutch in the situation. And for the first time, we have the lead against the Toronto Blue Jays. And now, Francisco Mejia will step up. 0-2 today, 0-2 is the count, and he swings and misses, flailing at that slider inside. That fooled us pretty badly, not gonna lie. Brandon Lau now, the count is 2-2, runner on second. He gets a piece of it, but that is an easy out at first base. But now we have the lead, and it's time to protect it. And we will bring in Kevin Kelly with 70 innings pitched and a 2.57 ERA. He begins by facing Dalton Varsho, who will drive that deep to left field, and it is projected to bounce off the wall. It does. Arozarena throws it in, but Varsho has a lead-off double for Toronto. And Joey Votto is here now behind. No balls, 2 strikes, and that goes. No! Diving is Diaz, but he doesn't get it, and the run will come through. Toronto ties the game. Joey Votto with an RBI single. And Kiner Falefa lifts that to right center field. Josh Lowe will play that and throw it back in for the first out in the top of the 7th. But man, Toronto just finds a way to get it done. And Schneider brings that to Westberg. Can we turn 2 to Lau? And yes! That is awesome. All right, so we're out of it, and Phil Maton will make another appearance. Second game, second time in. He'll face Bo Bichette right now as we try to maintain competitiveness. It's through and past Hampson. So another leadoff hit for Toronto. I need to just pitch like way outside to the first batter of every inning. Just forget it. Danny Jansen. No, it's off of Maton's leg. Can he throw it to first and salvage it? Yes, he can. Phil Maton with the assist off of the ankle. And he's going to take a second to try to recover and assess the extent of how badly that hurt. I've been hit by so many baseballs in my life that I fully understand. Not at the MLB level, of course, but I did play 9 years of baseball. And no, Maton almost grabbed that one as well. Siri gonna throw home, and they are not going to chance it. Men on the corners now with only 1 out. Come on, Maton. I know you're tired. Second day in a row, but there it is. Brandon Lau, throw to second. We got him, and 19 speed is not enough to prevent the double play. We get out of that one. But Toronto has tied it, and they're bringing in Mitch White, who has seen an incredible amount of innings for a reliever. 146 played, but his ERA looks pretty good for us as the lineup turns over for Yandy Diaz first. And that got him pretty good. A line drive to center field, and we have a lead-off single ourselves in the bottom of the 8th. Come on, boys. We got to do Tampa proud. Arozarena now. He will see the first pitch, and he will drive that into right center field. It finds the gap. It is weakly hit and does not reach the wall, but we're going to send him home. Go, go, go. It's the go-ahead run. And they're going to choose to go after Arozarena at third instead. I thought they were going to throw home, so I sent Arozarena. So it is ending up being a RBI double from Arozarena, and he's thrown out at third base. Hampson will pop that up into center field, and that is out number 2. But with the lead now, we're going to move into the top of the 9th no matter what and try to close this thing down. Jordan Westberg next, 2 for 3 on the day. And he will drive that to center field. A line drive with 2 outs. And this inning ain't over yet. We didn't hear no bell. Francisco Mejia steps to the plate. 0 for 3 today, and it is 1-1 against him. Oh, that sounded fantastic! Right center field from Mejia! And that does bounce in. That's a 2-out double and an RBI. A clutch hit from Mejia as we now take a 2-run lead in the final moments of the game. Brandon Lau behind 1-2 with 2 outs. And he swings and misses. A fastball below the zone to end the 8th, and it's closing time. Fairbanks coming in, jumping out the stress and the anxiety of this moment as he tries to clear his head and get us out of this game with a victory. 2 runs ahead, and Springer swings and misses. Only 1 out, but I'm very excited with this. Fairbanks ahead 0-2. Got him! A swing and a miss from Varsho as we've got 2 strikeouts to begin the top of the 9th. And Fairbanks is almost there. 2 strikes on Votto. And he lifts that to Josh Lowe. We will end this game now. 4-2 is the final tally as the Rays bounce back in game number 2. I don't know if that's going to be enough based on how far back we were on the wild card race, but it does feel good to give one right back to Toronto as we hosted them and they took game 1. Looking at the league updates here, we are 6 games behind and 2 away from elimination, which guarantees we are not going to see the postseason and we will be eliminated. A heartbreaking end as we were so close and we had plenty of success this year, but we will not see the postseason with the Tampa Bay Rays franchise in year 1. We end this episode at 83-72, and despite streaking 7 out of our last 10, it is not enough to get it done as the Blue Jays clinch a wild card position. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will finish the season on the next episode. I will see you guys later.